Hi, I'm Ms. Lavodi, and in this video we'll be making digital surrealism illustrations using your 2-point perspective colored pencil drawing to go from that to this. Start by importing your colored pencil drawing into the Pixlr app for iPad. In this app you can layer stylized effects to transform your drawing into a digital image. So I selected my original photo from my camera roll, and on the bottom of the screen I clicked the little star brush and I selected an inverted filter, and then I clicked over to overlay and selected some different filters to add on top of each other. There's some cool galaxy filters, there's some cool different ways to colorize and create lens flares and to create little glowing effects. So the more you tap around the app and find things that you like, you can keep layering them. You can use the sliding scale to make a less intense version of the effect. Once you have a series of effects on top of your drawing that you like, then you're going to save this image to your camera roll, and this will be the space that we will add other surreal images onto. Now you're ready to open up your work in Adobe Photoshop Mix for iPad. Add a layer for your sky or ground, and you can repeat this as needed, and use the blend feature to make it more transparent or overlay your digital drawing. So here what I'm doing is I've found my northern light sky picture and I use the blend mode to make it more transparent. Now I can use the cutout feature to remove parts of this sky picture, and I can try the lasso tool, I can use the smart tool, just as long as I'm using subtract mode. This allows me to select away areas of the picture that is overlapping my drawing picture, so that way I can better clearly see my drawing. And this will make the sky effect look like it's actually behind the building instead of just overlapping right on top of it. Now you're ready to add in other objects, characters, animal, or people to further connect your work to surrealism, and we want to play with scale, so we want to keep something larger in the foreground. So I have this octopus image here, and I'm using the Smart Select tool here to subtract away the white background from behind the octopus. All I'm doing is holding and dragging my finger to select the white away, and the app does a really seamless job of removing it. It does help when your background is all one color, but Adobe Photoshop Mix does a great job of selecting backgrounds that are a little bit more involved as well. Now you can repeat this process of adding in other objects that you want, just changing the scale as you approach that horizon line to make things smaller. So you're just clicking that plus sign, it's adding a new layer, allowing you to add a new photograph. I have this little seahorse here, I made it a little bit smaller in the back there, tried a different blend mode for the seahorse so the color would change a little bit. And then I went in and used my smart tool to cut out and subtract away the background space. You can click over to the add tool if you have to add back in something you erased. I'm copying this by clicking the layer and tapping it, and I can do a flip, I can scale, and you can kind of clone things in other layers that way. If you think you don't want to remove anything or make any other changes, you can merge your layers together in this app as well. It condenses them into one layer. This kind of keeps things a little bit more organized, but I don't recommend doing that if you think you would want to move or change or delete something from your picture. It's just going to make it way more complicated. It's always easier to have things in your separate layers. So this was the bubble that I added in here. I changed the layer blending mode, and then I went in and selected away some of the background space because I felt like it made my building a little too dark. So I erased away some of the negative space in there with the basic tool and with the Smart Select tool. When you're totally done with your illustration, you can use the up arrow to save your work to your device, and here you'll be left with your final digital illustration completely done in Adobe Photoshop Mix.